M0FXB, welcome to my channel. This is the RS-918 SDR HF transceiver covering 1.8 to 30 megahertz and up to 15 watts of output power. It's a compact unit. This one doesn't have the built-in battery, but you can get them with that. It's got a DC input on the side. And we're going to go through some beginner learning, and I am a beginner learning this myself. I'll just show you, around the actual device so you know what it looks like. It's a small compact unit, similar in my opinion to the G90 radio by Zygo. It's that range of radio, and these cost around £300 or less. I'll leave the power in, but on the side we've got the power cable. So you've got line in and line out. Pretty much the older way of how we used to do FT8, but this is ready to do digital modes out of the box with the USB cable on the other side. ACC, key for CW there. Then you've got the phone and microphone. It comes with a budget Yaesu style mic. I'm going to test my Yaesu SM17, but it's that kind of pin there, look. It goes in here. It works fine. Seems okay. So like I said, I'll test it with my Yaesu. On the back you've got this tilt adjust here. You can tighten and loosen this flap. This looks quite easy to dismantle. It's just the black screws there. It looks like it's very easy to dismantle. On this side you've got the DFU USB. That's the one you use for FT8. BNC for your antenna connection. I just used a long wire with a balun, and then you've got a USB connector here. Then on the front we'll go through the buttons when the radio's powered up. So once the power's in, it does come with a power supply, but you can't transmit on it. It's for receiving and probably for charging up the battery. You'll blow the fuse if you transmit on this. I would recommend a power supply of around 20 amps for this. So let's just turn it on. It comes on very fast, just like so. Now it's a very high quality screen for a budget device. I'm actually pleasantly surprised how good quality the screen is. Different models have different labeling. The buttons tend to be the same. If you look here, if we lower it down a bit, you've got 3 buttons directly underneath the turning knobs. Then you've got 4 more, plus your function buttons all along here underneath these. Step up and down, VFO, that when you press the VFO, it actually has a function of changing the step as well as the buttons you can see at the bottom there. And you can see the step changing just here. And the other really neat thing about this is that everything is selectable on the screen. So look at the signal meter, SWR, audio, and you can actually change all the colors for this. The thing about this radio, this is what I like about it. It's a completely customizable radio, and people are writing firmware for this radio. The one I'll be loading up later is by Nazir, which actually improves this device. I will look up the firmware that it's got at the moment. Press menu. The selection of items is unusual. You press menu, you go up and down this list where it says show. Okay, we'll just zoom in on that. I'll show you what is selectable from the touch screen. You can tap the little band thing here. See that? It's changing the bands. Turn it up a bit. And the speakers sounds good to me. It's about what you'd expect for this device. Of course, you can plug an external one. So you're getting information here as well. It says band 80 meters. So you're sort of seeing this twice. You can tap the mode here. See that there? Just LSB, CW, USB. I'm going a bit. You have to get, that's it, AM, SAM, FMN, RTL. Did you see it start to decode there? RTTY. Just above that, you've got the power. Starts at 0.5, 1, 2, and then it will say, eventually it says full. Not sure why it's not doing that now, but earlier on it showed full. Could be the band. Let's go to 40. They are full. You saw earlier where you can tap the display. You can tap the screen, the water, the spectrum at the moment. There is a waterfall, but you can tap this area and it changes, moves the band around as well. I'm seeing that if I tap here as well, it's changing the mode. BPSK, digital. I know this has got what they call free DV as well. RTTY. I might have to recalibrate because the screen isn't perfectly responding every time. There's free DV. And you can see the decode screen comes on. Then you've got these items here, which when I'm tapping the screen aren't changing. TXCO, that doesn't look like it's turned on at the moment. So that's all the touch stuff I can see. Now just looking back at the radio, we'll start to work through the knobs here. So there's your volume. And you can see it's itemized here. Then you've got the RF gain, which is here, and then RTTY, which is there. Now if we turn up the volume, we can set the step. The quickest way is just to push the VFO, like so. Tapping the DSB, you have got mode here as well. Far left, there's LSB. Tapping DSP starts to activate. There's your NR there, changeable with the middle knob. Press again. You've got your NR notch, M notch, and peak. And then it turns it off. You've got free DV selected down here. They are. Free DV, it has actually started to take off now. It was new a while back. People are using it. It's digital voice over HF. So I will look into that. That'll be a separate video. Just tap out. There you go. Back to LSB for now. Is it quick if I go this way? There you go. You can turn on the waterfall and the colours can be set by holding down the band up buttons, which I've not used yet, but you can see. And you can actually have another window where you show the scope and the let's call it the spectrum scope and the waterfall. Not really sure how to do that. But when I find out, I'll let you know. At the moment, I'm holding down the band up and down. And it's still decoding as well, look, see that? So we need to come out of the RTTY. We've got bandwidth selections here as well. Did we do PA? Well, pressing that is changing the power. 2 watts, 1 watt, and you can tap on the screen as well. LSB beneath, you've got a signal sort of readout there, dBm, if you can see that. You can see the white line here that moves when you change your frequency step. Pretty good. Okay. Just holding down the PA, seeing if anything happens. No. Hold down DISP. No. And then bandwidth. You've got bandwidth selection here as well. There's changes here. Just notice that down here when you go 3dV, RTTY, BPSK as well. So it's completely ready to decode. And this was delivered £260 to me, and I know it gets really good reports on HF. I've seen lots of videos, it's got great reviews. So bandwidth. Press DSP, I'm not sure why that's not changing at the moment. Because earlier on, when I was pressing that, it was changing. Okay, when I pressed and held it, it went orange. And now, hopefully, we can cycle through. Let's do that again. Press and hold. We turn. There it is. So you press and hold, it goes orange, and then you turn the RIT knob, let's call it. See that? And press it to come out. Now the menu is interesting how you enter items. You press F1. Then when you turn this knob, you go up and down, there's a list here. And at the moment the list says show. But to show the list, you turn this knob. Okay? And now, because this radio, the way it's been designed so that you can change every single parameter in it. And so which is, I think, is a good thing, because you can really tune this and make this exactly how you like it. And with the firmware modifications that people are doing, it makes it a very interesting radio. A bit like the Zygo X6100, where you can hack the firmware and change things. This radio is like that. So as we scroll down, now that we've gone in, we can change things. Okay, CW mode, AM mode, sync AM mode. This is the one I saw earlier, SAM. I wonder what SAM means. But different parameters. There is a station M5 ID, and he's made a list of all the settings with the new firmware from Nazir that he recommends. But there's certain things you have to set up yourself, like the frequency alignment and the bias, and if that's set wrong, the radio gets quite hot. But my radio is actually staying very, very cool, so I'm hoping that the settings aren't far out. But yeah, I will make a video learning how to do the bias and frequency setup. Right now it's just this FM subtone, tone burst. So it does do tone burst. Wonder if it'll get my 6-meter repeater. RF gain, AGC, I mean it's a lot, and that's just one menu. Mic gain, keeps going. System info, there, I'll show you if I press. To show it, you turn this knob, you don't press, you turn. See the way it said hide, it goes to hide, so you go show, turn, then it says hide, and then when I scroll with the middle knob, you can see all the settings that are within that. And so my firmware even talks about the touchscreen type, and controller is there. It is there, October, so it's quite an old firmware by the looks of it. 2.5.1.30. That's worth noting. So you go down, look at everything, and I'm not going to change anything. But let's just try and change something, just so we know how. So we're in that one there. We're going up and down. How do we change it? Do we press? Oh, it's just saying not applicable. Let's go up. I'm not seeing a change when I turn that. How about this one here? No. No. The band buttons are still working. I'm not seeing, maybe there's certain things you can't change. So what you do, when you want to come out of that menu, you go back to where it says hide and then turn it to show. So if we go back up to display menu, turn this knob so that it says show, and then we can go down. Now, can we make changes there? Yeah, we can. In that situation, we can. So that's good. So you do turn this knob to make the change as well. And then when you're done, go back to hide, turn the knob back. So, you know, filter selection, let's do it again. So everything's at show, turn RX, and you've got all these filters that we haven't even set up yet. And let's do one that's unused. Yeah, look, you can start to use filters. So it's got all these built-in filters without having to buy filters, because it's an SDR radio, so it can all be done with software. And when you finish with that, you go back to where it says hide, turn it to show, and the display one, if I go up there and turn it to so that we can see, the one I want to do is set up the different colors for the waterfall. I will make a video just doing that, I think. Touchscreen via menu and system info, and let's go back out to hide. So you always look to back out, you're always looking behind. Okay, then you turn the right knob, and we'll just quickly go through. So it says CW settings, filter, PA configuration, and there will be videos on that available. Back to the very top. Subtone, it's just, yeah, I'll go back to hide because that one's on. Let's just show the summary ones. CW filter, PA, touchscreen, system info, debug, expert settings. I don't want to touch them. Okay, and then exit. And if you hold, it will save settings. So we just go exit for now. Snap. Now I think that is to do with CW, and the new firmware uses a different word where it sort of zooms in on CW and pulls things out of the noise. Split mode, that speaks for itself. You can see it appear there, like so. When you're on split mode, you'll receive on one band and TX on another. VFO-B. If I go to VFO-B and change band, just out of interest, and VFO-A, and then now it's in split mode. So it looks like you can only split mode when you're on the same band, I think, by the looks of that. VFO-A-B, and the tune, so that sends out a tuning signal for you for tuning. Now, this device has not got a built-in tuner, but I have got this. Okay. And these are very inexpensive. They're £70 auto tune. You don't have to push the button. Once they're configured, you just key the microphone, you know, and it will just tune. I'm going to do a separate video using that. It's the ATU 100M. Works great and inexpensive and small, and has a built-in battery as well, which I like. So I think that's about it. Tuning. We turn it up. Now we're in LSB there, we need to be USB. Easier to do the button if you ask me. Let's try 40 again then. Change the step to 1. Now I think I've got quite a good SWR on this radio. So watch this section, because I'm going to load the new firmware, and with the new firmware the whole radio is a lot quieter. You think this firmware is, was it 5 years old? So we're going to load that on, and then we'll learn this all again, but I just thought I'd show you this device. I think it's a really interesting device. I think you get a lot for your money. It's a very portable unit. It literally was 250 delivered from AliExpress, came in about 6 days. You could get the other model with a built-in battery. I think they're actually a bit less power. I'm not sure how hackable that is regarding the firmware. And I think you'd have great fun with this. The way that it's just FT8 out the box, and I think before I upgrade the firmware, I might just quickly connect this up to my PC just to see FT8 working. And then I'll start doing the firmware. So thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Bye for now.